I say yo.
Yo, guys.
We got the towel.
We got the towels. We got the dorm. We're back. This time I decided face
in.
cam. Because, like, I thought maybe using a picture of the bathroom would have gone a bit repetitive. You know, this video is like a couple days late. Still better than the last video, which was a week late. But it's because I had a bio midterm, and honestly, studying for it was a bitch. But, you know, nailed that shit, I hope.
I really hope you broke your glasses.
No, they're dirty anyway. These are my bad sunglasses. But yeah.
All of them are bad.
That's pretty...
This video is sponsored by Sweet Tart.
Dude.
That fucking bomb.
But the other ones are more bomb, to be honest.
You're right.
Can't lie. Alright. So, this week, this is UBC week 4? 5. It's week 5. This video is supposed to be for week 5. And we play IceDemonGray. Now, he's in Hive. Like, he talks in Hive and stuff. He's a cool guy, actually. He has a pretty good personality. I talked to him a bit, you know, because of the fact that I played him. He's a cool guy. And,
Because his name...
Oh, shut the fuck up! Alright. Stupid puns, man. I don't have you here for stupid puns, alright?
Yeah, you have me here to get views.
Yeah, because everyone demands you, man. You know, I can make good content myself, but you guys don't like me that much. Ah! No! Alright, let's get on to the teams. Alright guys, we have the teams here. Here's our team. But you already know what it is, but I made 2 free agents since right before I played Bronson. So one thing I noticed that Porygon 2 is available. Yeah, the god. But one thing I noticed is that P2 was around, and I was like, what the hell? Like, I'll take that, right? So I just dropped Silvally and Audino for P2 and Archeops. Because when you have P2, you don't need Audino. And I wanted to have another Stealth Rocker. So I got Archeops, and it also helps with the speed tiers, which was a bit of an issue, I would say. Like, okay, it was a... if it got Defog and Roost, it would have actually been a good pick.
Wait, does it get Defog?
No, only Mantine. That's so fast. So Ice's team, on the other hand, is pretty scary, right? Weavile, Mega Gallade, Garchomp, right? Those 3 are already fucking scary in League. Then he's got Milotic, which is like one of the best bulky waters in the game. He also has Klefki, which is a really good Fairy Steel type. Shaman, which is a really good Grass type too.
His team is really fucking good.
Yeah, and he has Meloetta, which is also a great Pokemon. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
A little situational, but still good.
Really good Ghost.
Yeah, and then Chandelure, which was honestly pretty good versus my team. But we'll get into that later. Sorry, Golbat, which not as it can be pretty annoying, like with Taunt, Super Fang, stuff like that. But I'm not as concerned about it because my 2 biggest offensive breakers can check it pretty well. Evire, which I doubt is coming, and Regirock I doubt is coming. So looking at this, right? Besides the obvious big 3 threats and having to deal with Milotic, Chandelure was also a pretty big concern. Because, okay, I have a P2, and that can trace the Flash Fire, so it can be immune to both of its stabs. But yeah, Chandelure can just go for Trick, right?
Yeah.
Or at the very least Toxic if the Misty Train's not up. So, I was pretty concerned about that, low-key. And then, overall, Milotic would be annoying, but I got a Rotom Mow, so not too significant. But the problem is, it's like my only really good Milotic check, to be honest. Outside of that, I need to rely on non-stab moves to hit it super effectively, which isn't the greatest, but, you know.
So ass.
What's so ass, John?
You.
Ah! Alright. Alright, so up next, we're gonna do this quickly, right? I'm tired of these team builders. It's the worst part. We're allowed to pace spin
Part of
them.
the video.
Okay!
I don't know shit.
All right,
I can't say anything.
Okay! Alright, won't be long. So Tapu Fini is really good here because it checks Weavile, Glade pretty well as Garchomp pretty well. Although I have to watch out for Garchomp's Z moves. And I have to watch out for the poison coverage from Weavile and Glade. That's why I have the Kabia Berry here. Moonblast is for stab, that's really good against them. Taunt is really good here because it shuts down Milotic as well as Klefki. So that can help me out there too.
Is it Kebia or Kebaya?
You just said you don't talk during these segments, alright? No, I'm joking. I always pronounce it like Kabia. And then Nature's Madness. It's good to get off big damage versus bulk. And then that also works well with Taunt because it prevents him from recovering. Haze is also to, because he has a lot of setup potential here, I like Haze to negate that. Example, he has Swords Dance in both Weavile and Glade. A little concerning for me, so I have the Haze.
Imagine if talking like
That'd be fucking busted. As if it's not alright. So EV spread pretty straightforward. Went full Fizz Death because this thing checks his physical attackers really well. Not so much his special attackers like Chandelure and Shaman, I would say. Because Chandelure's got the energy ball, and I have no water stab, so like won't really hit it hard. So that's why I went Fizz Death. Up next we got Kyurem Lejon form, right? So
that's racist.
So we got Kyurem Black. We got the substitute, right? So I went with a sub roost set because I just feel like getting a sell up when he like switches out, or when he's sacking something, or like just subbing on a potential toxic, or anything really can help me out because I essentially get a free turn to attack. Ice Beam is good for stab, and Fusion Bolt's the Bolt Beam coverage hits everything realistically, and then Roost is for recovery, so I can really sub as much as I want. I went with Electrium Z to really help clean off the Milotic, because I feel like that thing would be a bitch. And I didn't really need Icium Z as badly. And so, yeah, EV spread wise, we have enough to outspeed Chandelure. And then, this allows us to run Modest Nature, Kyurem Black, which is pretty exciting actually.
Not modest.
Oh, sorry, Rash. Alright, thank you for pointing that out, John. Basically, a special attacking boosting nature. And the extra EVs put into attack because, for the power up the Fusion Ball a bit. Up next, we got Microsoft. Things are pretty nifty, right? We have the Recover and Ice Beam, which are pretty straightforward, right? Recovery. It feels Korean, man. Okay, John's only half Korean, so it's good at like what, 4?
Like half the dick is like Korean, and then the other half is white.
That's even worse. I'd rather have it like 2 inches.
It's like deformed, so
sorry. There's Ice Beam, right, for Garchomp. And T-Wave and Shadow Ball. So, instead of T-Wave, I was really debating to run Trick. Reason why is because, like, it seems weird. Like, why would I Trick away the Eviolite? But the thing is, I was running Trick in preparation for the Trick from Chandelure, right? So it tricks me a Choice Scarf. But then I reveal I have Trick, and I trick it back the Choice Scarf. Which is pretty nifty, but I realized that's really fucking situational. Like, really, like, dangerously situational. So I just go with T-Wave instead, because as long as Missing Terrain's not up, I can just spread that yellow magic.
conversion.
Unfortunately, that's banned. And now we have Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is debating between Shadow Ball and Foul Play. Foul Play lets me hit Meloetta, but it really does, like, no damage, so I just decided not to run it at all. It's more of a Spadef EV spread here. Let's check his special attackers, such as Shaman.
Can you run regular Porygon and Little Cup with Z conversion?
I don't know. That's stupid. I think you can, but that's really dumb.
That's fucking busted.
That's really stupid. Actually, I think Porygon regular has a really bad move pool, but it'd still definitely be good though. P2 also has a pretty bad move pool, but its bulk is really good. Alright, up next we got the Mega Alakazam, right? Alakazar. And here we have, I was really debating on what moveset to run. I really wanted to have, well, Psychic is given for stab, but I really like Dazzling Gleam for Mega Gallade, and Weavile, right? Focus Blast to guarantee Oko Weavile. I like HP Ice because for Garchomp, right? I also like Energy Ball for Milotic. So that's already like 5 attacking moves right
Why
there.
didn't you run Toxic on Porygon 2 for Milotic?
Potential Marvel skill.
Nice.
I mean, like, T-Wave is for its offensive Pokemon, is what I plan on. Like, if I can, like, eat up a hit from a Weavile's knockoff and then go for T-Wave afterwards, that's really significant. But going for Toxic against it isn't as significant. I believe I run Toxic on... I don't have Toxic on any of these mods, but, like, status isn't really my plan of winning. Like, I like having Taunt to shut down. Yeah, but yeah, anyways. So I went with these 3 attacking moves because they felt like they were the best 3, which is what he was most likely to bring. I also really want to run Shadow Ball to guarantee Kill Chandelure. Because here's the thing, this EV spread is meant to outspeed Scarf Chandelure, right? So this is ultimately a really good Chandelure check. So having Shadow Ball would, like, obviously been really good because I would give it the purpose of... No, it's... But then I felt like that's a little too situational for me. So I decided to, like, take it out. So I feel like these moves are the best, especially since they hit his offense. Like, you know, the top 3 offensive Pokemon, they're really deadly. I feel like Alex... Wait, you think I'll watch my own video? So EV spread wise, yeah, I mean, I do outspeed, Scarf Chandelure. Yo, you can just tap on it and get the view, so... Alright, anyways. Yeah, Azar's birthday was yesterday. Shaman and he's 22 now, I believe. Shaman, I can understand why, because I've seen pretty good offensive checks to it. But, like Salazzle as well, but she didn't cook Azar. But, like, Chandelure not putting on kind of surprised. Shuckaberry, I guess he thought that for the Garchomp, because I have the Ice Punch too. This EV spread right here, I know I'm jumping around a bit, but this EV spread Oko's offensive Garchomp with Ice Punch. Barring, like, no Reflect, no Yashi Berry. But I thought that was really cool to run. Because Earthquake with Shuckaberry does about, I think, about 30 to 40, which isn't that bad, especially from a Garchomp. We also have Rocks. Meteor Master Stab. It's a really good stab, too. He's limited on Steel Resist. Outside of my Milotic. And then Bullet Punch, because Bullet Punch lets me hit Weavile for a lot of damage. It does 2 hit KOs. And I believe it's a chance to Oko after Rocks, too. Which is pretty nifty. And so... Nifty. My word choice there. Alright, so I should take this fucking off. It's like with Snoke in episode 8. Take that ridiculous mask off. Alright, but anyways, so for Milotic, right? These 5 mods aren't really the greatest to take on Milotic. But I got the Rotom. Yo! What if he had Ice Beam?
Yeah.
I'm a bulky ass Rotom. So that would do a lot of damage, but I would eat it up decently well and fire off with Discharge. Discharge, I chose to have Discharge over Thunderballs, honestly, for the pair chance, but, you know, if you can't tell, I'm dumb. Yeah, I really like that pair chance this game. Will-O-Wisp is for Garchomp, and then Volt Switch is for Momentum, and then Defox help get rid of Hazards. Now, I was really debating to run Leaf Storm and HP Ice, but, I don't know, Leaf Storm is just for Milotic, which Discharge already hits super effectively, and HP Ice is way too situational, I feel. Well, I mean, it's good for Garchomp, but, like, outside of that, it's useless, whereas Will-O-Wisp is still pretty effective on pretty much every mod except for Chandelure and Shaman. Alright, let's finally get on to the damn battle. So, John, you haven't seen this battle yet, right?
I have not.
Alright, you're gonna be probably disappointed, but maybe amazed. So, looking at my lead, right?
Why, so I get to see how a shit player like you does well?
Okay! Alright, I get it!
I feel like I'm always in the videos where you win. Common trend.
It's because I win all the time. You were with me when I lost against Omega Jolteon.
Was I in the video?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fuck it. Alright, so I lead off with Rotom. Whoa, it's not Metagross. That's not Metagross. Oops. That's a pretty funny looking Metagross.
It's a shiny form.
Alright, speaking of shinies though, why is this shiny? Like,
that's the ugly shiny.
Put that away, right? So I don't want to stand here, because I don't want to have to take the Icicle Crash, right?
Or Icicle Spear.
True, or Ice Punch, or Ice Beam.
Just let me your mistake.
Okay! Alright, so I really wanted to go for the Will-O-Wisp, right?
Like, really?
Like, in case he predicted Metagross would win for knockoff, but I was like, nah, not worth it. So what do? I think I just go hard into type of yeah. And he just goes for the knockoff, so I could have stayed in. Could have gone for the Willow. But alas. I would have probably missed. Anyways. Okay. Whoa.
Whoa.
London's this big dude. We just heard a big noise from his door. Alright, anyways. So, I go for a Nature's Madness right here. Because this is essentially a free Nature's Madness. Juiced. Yeah, going back to that knockoff play from the Weavile. That damage clearly shows that it's not banded. But, so, I think, at the time I thought it was an SD. Just because, like, maybe to help break through Finny. Like, the SD poison jab, which is what I thought. But then, like, I don't know, I wasn't too sure, to be honest. Because then it also would need Ice Shard for Alakazam, you know what I mean? So now I should have gone for Taunt, but I didn't have much speed on my Tapu Fini, so I assumed the Golbat would have got sped. As now it gets up a free roost, so that kind of negates Nature's Madness. But now he goes into Klefki, and I believe here I Will-O-Wisp. Or no, I Volt Switch, because I don't want to reveal Will-O-Wisp yet.
So bad.
Just so
bad.
I'm good! I swear. No, I didn't want to reveal it yet.
No.
I didn't want to reveal it yet. Okay. It's because, like, you see the Garchomp. I want to, like, get the lowest spot versus that. For a surprise. Anyways, so now here, I just go for the Meteor Mash, I believe. Or I go for Rocks. Yeah, Meteor Mash. Because I just want to get as much damage on this thing as possible.
I'm sure on Brick Break.
Ooh, Cold Ray Brick Break. That would have been clean. Like, why didn't you help me prep for this? Alright, but actually though, because I see that he doesn't have leftovers, so I know it's going to be screens, because like clay. But I don't care, I just want to get as much damage off of this Klefki as possible. Because Klefki is essentially his best way of checking Alakazam. Because, because like Weavile, at full I can take a Dazzling Gleam. But like, okay, his offensive moves are weak against D-Gleam. Psychic, Vert for the Golbat. We're back at the scene with my man Holy. As now here I just go into Rotom-O, so a pretty good unintentional prediction. See, here he reveals he's Flame Orb, so I'm just like, well, crap. So, like, Reflect is up and he's burned, so no damage from physical moves at all, right? So I go for the Will-O-Wisp. You might be thinking, why? You know, why? So I really thought he might switch out, right?
Pokemon are evil.
So, and so, yeah, as he goes into Toxic, right? Alright, he goes for a Toxic. A little unfortunate. I don't want Rotom Poison, but alas. So now I think, okay, he's really going to switch out this time, right? Right?
Yep.
And now he goes for a Scald, which confirms he's not Ice Beam, but this is arguably worse. So now I'm just like, well, okay. Now I really should go for an attack, right? So now I Volt Switch. I swear, if he went to Garchomp, that's really pissed. As I go to Alakazam, I feel like it's a good switch-in.
You also would have probably lost.
No.
You have been in a super bad position.
For sure, but I wouldn't have lost necessarily. As now I go for the Mega, right? And I just go for a clean Psychic, right? Check it out. Does a good amount of damage, not the greatest, right? But it's still pretty good. As Scald doesn't do much, so I'm really happy. And I can go for Taunt to prevent it from recovering. But unfortunately, he predicted that because he goes for a Scald and gets the burn. So I'm just like, well, fuck.
Imagine Mega Ray.
Why?
Yeah.
For the damage output.
Oh.
I also like. Yeah, I mean, I can see your point. Like, just for Magic Guard, but at the same time, if he, let's say, didn't go for Toxic, just Scald like he did now, the Mega, it would have just been a 6% difference because the Scald damage would have still. Done a lot. As you can see, I'm down at 23%. And this was essentially my win con, so I'm really, like, in a bad position here. I'm like, well, crap. Like, I actually, like, just, like, almost blew it. So I go into Finny, because I know this thing's probably gonna, like, go for another Scald, right? Because it just can't do anything else. And, that was in case he wanted to Weavile, too, to be honest. Like, in case he wants to, like, keep this thing healthy and go to Weavile. As, now I just go for, I believe I go for a Nature's Madness. Or, no, I go for a Moonblast. As, does a good amount. Okay! I get it, I should have. Alright, but 16.5%, so not much, right? That's how I know, okay, he's gonna go for, like, a Screen or a Spike. Probably a Screen. So now I go back into my Metagross, as he goes for a Play Rough, surprisingly. Kinda a little confused by that, but, I understand wanting to get as much damage on Finny as possible, because, see, Finny's my Fairy type, the Axe Recovery, does really well versus his team. Which is like similar to Klefki, right? So I can understand why. But now I get up Rocks because rocks are pretty good versus team, especially the Weavile. Because like I said, if Reflect isn't up and Weavile comes in on rocks, it can possibly die to Bullet Punch. So now here, he goes back into Milotic, and I don't know why. I saw this coming, right? But I stay in and go for the Meteor Mash. Yeah, it's kind of weird. But either way, I'm a little mad because now he can get a free recover up. And so, yeah, a lot of health back. So now I believe here I go for Nature's Madness. And so, yeah, he just goes for a Scald. And I'm just like, well, damn. Right? Now, it's looking pretty good. Because now, if I can taunt it, and he can't recover. Because I haven't revealed Taunt on Finny yet. So, like, now he won't be able to recover. And so, that essentially means a dead Milotic. And so, yeah, I go for the taunt. He tries to recover. Doesn't work out. So I'm happy. Now he dies to Moonblast. And I was surprised he stayed in. Because I feel like he could have potentially gone to Golbat. But I'm happy he's just stacked this thing off. That thing was annoying. Now, Metagross actually has potential. Because where's his Steel Resist? He has no good answer to like a Meteor Mash. Garchomp's his best answer, but yeah, I have Ice Punch and Chuck Away. So now here I try to go for Taunt. Oh no, I don't try to go for Taunt. Because here's the thing, he's very likely faster than me. So the Taunt wouldn't matter if you already went for default. So I realized instead, hey, I can go to Cure Black and get the offensive momentum going. So now he goes for Taunt. So he had a Taunt of his own. Like, you know, he saw that coming. So I'm glad I made that prediction. And so here I could go for Substitute. But you know, this thing has Infiltrator. So if he went for, like, Brave Bird or Super Fan, yeah, it would have gone through. So, bad idea. As now he goes into Klefki, and I Ice Beam, right? Yeah. Bad play. I kind of wish I did sub. But, you know, if he... Because, like, why would he say it? Oh, yeah, you're right. Dude, I'm bad. Bro, holy shit.
Why you suck? You fucking suck.
So I guess my debate was between Fusion Bolt and Ice Beam. And so, I don't know why I did Fusion Bolt. Maybe I should have. But the Reflect was up too at the same time, so it wouldn't have done much damage to anything else. I don't even know if it would have killed this, to be honest. As now he goes for, I just go into Metagross, because I don't want this thing potentially T-Wave. Cure Box is really important to me. And so it's cool, because he goes for a Reflect, right? And, a Light Screen, and then a Reflect. And I just kill it off with a Bullet Punch. So now the screens are up. It's a little problematic. Other than the John Punch. Alright, so, what's to say now, right? The threats here are Weavile, which, is problematic if he comes in with it right now.
Yeah.
Because I want Metagross to be healthy. Yeah, it essentially does. So now that Alakazam's basically weakened, it really does. Glade, also pretty scary. Because, like, I don't have a direct answer to it, especially if it has Shadow Seek. I'm screwed. Like, nothing can take it on if, with the light screen being up. So now he goes into Garchomp. I'm like, oh, thank God, because this is the one thing that I prepared Metagross for, right? The Ice Punch. It will do about half of these offensive because, you know, the Reflect is up, but that's still good damage, right? But then he goes into Weavile, and then, and I was like, oh, shit, that surprised me, right? I could have gone for the Meteor Mash. See, now, if Reflect wasn't up, I would have gone for that Bullet Punch and killed this thing off, but unfortunately it is. So I switch on to Tapu Fini, and so he knocks off, I believe. And I guess a crit, but crit's not too significant. 16%, so it would have done about 11, 10%, so not a big deal. So here I can just go for, I can just switch out after, I can pull a double, or I can stand and go for a Moonblast. Which, honestly, isn't that efficient, because he has a Golbat to go into, right? So, let's see what happens. I honestly forgot. I think I go for a Taunt, potentially. Oh, no, I go for a Moonblast. That was a bad play. I should have gone to Cure him. But whatever.
So bad.
Why? Why?
It's just bad.
I'm good.
When I beat you.
Remember when I beat you all those other times?
Fuck you.
Yeah! John, I'm upset. This guy's beating my ass. Yeah, this guy's beating my ass. See, he predicts me too. He knew that I was gonna go into this. And I'm like, well, fuck. Like, this man can, like, potentially, like, just go for a free CC, essentially. So I'm a little worried about that. And so, I stay in ready to sack this thing, because here's why. Here's why, right? Weavile, I have a lot of other mons that can deal with it. Garchomp can go for a Dragon move, and well, right now my C-Train's up, so it only does half, but still, I just don't think Lejon's a reliable answer. And I also have a lot of checks. I also have a Mega Alakazam to check Golbat. So here I go for the Electric Fusion Bolt as fodder, but yeah, that did not do as much as I was hoping. Yeah, so I go into Tapu Fini, and then he goes for a Drain Punch. I'm like, oh shit, that did a lot. I really wondered what his other attacks were. I feel like he would have had Poison Jab, right? So I just sacked this thing off, right? But he goes for a Leaf Blade, which would have been, same result.
Yeah.
A good prep, though, because, I feel like Leaf Blade would have been less obvious than Poison Jab.
And it does more damage.
Yeah. So now here, right? I was thinking, okay, he probably has Shadow Sneak, because Bulk Up, I really thought this thing was more of a defensive spread with Shadow Sneak, too. And with that being said, that would allow him to just finish off Zam. So I was really, I honestly felt really uneasy versus this thing. I was like, okay, crap, what do I do? I don't want to go into Kyurem. It's just going to give him health back. Mm-hmm. Same with B2. Same with Metagross. So I go into Rotom. Now, at first I went into Will-O-Wisp, but I was like, wait a second. It can keep bulking up. And if it has Shadow Sneak, I won't be able to revenge kill it. So if I go for Will-O-Wisp versus this thing, I actually straight up lose to it. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that until after I sent it in.
So this is where you go for Destroy.
Exactly, yeah, honestly, to get the para. Because, that'd be smarter than burning and losing automatically. As he goes, he switches out. So that was pretty cool. It just turns out he just sacks it off. So at the very least, it's back to neutral stats. It's still scary. That thing's a threat. It's not going anywhere soon. Anytime soon. So now he goes back and he goes into Jake. And so
Weavile. What the fuck?
Yeah, I was a little because okay, here's why. So I found out after the game his Weavile Scarf. And that makes a lot of sense because it helps him outspeed Alakazam for instant Oko.
Yeah.
And so I don't like to reveal my opponent's items early on in the game because I feel like that spoils things. But here it makes sense as to why I didn't go to Weavile. I was really expecting to go to Weavile. Mm-hmm. But then let's say I switched out to Metagross and I went to Icicle. I went for Icicle Crash. Mm-hmm. Or even if he went for knockoff right here, it wouldn't have killed because it's a max defense and he's yeah. So here I kind of wanted to Will-O-Wisp, but I also felt like I needed to preserve this, and also I felt like he may have subbed because I already revealed Will-O-Wisp with this, right? And so he might have guessed my last move is Defog. So essentially, if he subs, I can't touch it. So I just realized, okay, shoot, I should probably switch out. I go into P2 as a sack, right? Because this thing's not.
He's Sandville Dorton.
Yeah, that was a mistake, by the way. He wasn't He wasn't Rocky MC Sandstorm. That was just a mistake. I'll reveal his set now. I believe he was Poison Z. Yeah, he was Poison Z because I saw his team builder, which obviously doesn't matter now because my Finny's dead. But yeah, so I just go into this for fodder. As I goes for Earthquake, does nothing, and I can go for the 3 Ice Beam. And so I do just to try to get rid of this thing, right? But then he goes to the Weavile. He plays it smart. And so my Porygon, if you saw in the team builder, cannot touch this thing. And I'm like, well, shoot. But I don't want to sack Porygon 2 yet, because potentially, right? This thing has T-Wave on it, right? Oh, are you bored? Okay.
No, I'm just so tired.
Sorry.
I ate too many sweet tarts and now I'm doing the crash.
See, that's why I'm trying to eat less sugar, but I'm so bad, dude. I had a cookie today. I had some of these bad boys. These are fucking good. These are
the straws?
Yeah. Have you ever had these?
Probably when I was 2.
They're
little baby.
You're missing out, man. You're missing out.
Right? Just a big baby.
Well, it's kind of true. So now here I'm like, well, fuck. What do I do? I believe I go into Rotom as a sack. Yeah, I go into Rotom as a sack. As it goes for a knockoff, and as you can see, it does nothing. So I could have I was like, wow, damn. And so, poison damage makes it so I died in the next one. Oh, I don't die in the next one. Because I forgot about the knockoff damage thing. But I just go for a discharge anyway. So that's pretty cool. And then I got a free, clean slate. And so, here, yeah, also, I was really debating on what mob to go into. I liked Alakazam, but if he has the Glade, with the Shadow Sneak, I would have been like, I would have to switch out, right? But at the same time, man, in hindsight, I really wish I scouted for the Shadow Sneak just to make sure I had it. If he had it, because then if he didn't have it, I would have won with Alakazam right here with Dazzling Gleam on the Glade and HP Ice for Garchomp. So with that being said, I go into P2 again just to play it safe, and so I go for the Ice Beam. Now here is where I'm gonna say now my opponent choked. He should have stayed in and attacked to get damage off on the P2, and here's why. Oh, you'll see it right now. Drain Punch doesn't kill because I'm bulky, right? Obviously, and I go for the T-Wave to paralyze it. So now I have potential. I have the chance to win with the help of Metagross and Kieran Black. I can whittle this thing down, and I'll tell you right now, he doesn't actually have Shadow Sneak. He has on Headbutt as his last move, which makes sense, I guess, for the Salazzle. Because I thought afterwards, I was like, wait, if he's Shadow Sneak, can he really hit Salazzle that hard? But yeah, he actually can. And so, so with that being said, I just needed a good amount of health. I think I needed to whittle this thing down to 50% for Alakazam to have guaranteed kill it without Dazzling Gleam. So, this whole process he went through when he should have attacked, I don't know how big of an impact it had on the game. Maybe not much, but I can't tell now because the change has already occurred. You know,
Yeah.
Pretty. All right. So what I'm trying to say is like it's unclear to say that if he would have won if he went for Earthquake on the P2 instead of switching out. So now here I just sack it off. Obviously now I go into Metagross to whittle this thing down because that's key, right? If I can whittle this thing down, I basically win, right? And so I go for the Meteor Mash, big damage, right? So and he dies with the next one, right? But oh shit,
Terra.
no, a little unfortunate, but it's fine because I hit this one. That's the important thing, right? It's now he goes for a Drain Punch, and so what this allows me to do is to go into Cure him and Revenge Kill. I go for the Ice Beam in case he wanted to switch out to Garchomp, which is unlikely, but either move killed. So now he goes into Garchomp, and he can't go for Z Sandstorm even if he had it, because unless he would have tried to dodge the Ice Beam. So he goes for his Dragon Claw, doesn't kill, and so I kill it with Ice Beam.
Shit, you won.
I know, I was surprised. Okay, so I was actually surprised I won this one, especially when I weakened Alakazam, and I went for Willis twice versus Nilotic. So this game I could have definitely played better. I could have definitely scouted for Shadow Sneak with Mega Wave. That would have been the biggest game changer right there. I feel like I would have won like more comfortably. Because this was a pretty risky loss, honestly. Like, this game, I won because of one turn, the Garchomp switching into Glade. But yeah, very tough game. I also feel like...
Lack victories.
I got the whip.
You're not doing it right.
Okay. What, am I supposed to hold it like...
Oh, you're supposed to go like...
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
What the fuck? Why is this hot?
Is it?
Ew.
Oh, shit! Whoa! Dude, did I leave it somewhere? Oh, fuck. I think I left it on my computer.
Like that.
Oh. Oh, thank you. I have much to learn. Alright.
Yeah.
So,
the white man will teach you.
Brian. So, thank you all for watching. Could have played that better, but we still pulled out with the W. IceDemonGray is a very good opponent. He was very cool. He's a nice guy. I enjoy people like him in the community, you know, people who are there more than to just play their battles and do it.
Shout out to my friend who thought the B in Michael B. Jordan stood for basketball.
The B is there to differentiate them. Oh my god. Alright, I'll see you guys later next week when we play Scoop, aka Zamcrow.